Hello everybody, welcome to the VAIR community. We have a video for you which is the analysis of the data interpretation and the logical reasoning section for CAT 2024, which has just crossed by. So stay tuned for all the slots. We'll be taking a look at one set from each slot at a time. So covering all the sets that are in every slot of CAT 2024. Let's quickly jump into the first set for today, which is the web surfers one. Let's read the information. Let's read all the questions that followed the set, and then let's get on with the solving of the set. 6 web surfers, M, N, O, P, X, and Y, each had 30 stars, which they distributed among 4 bloggers, that is A, B, C, and D. So we have 6 web surfers, M, N, O, P, X, and Y, and they've each been given 30 stars to be distributed among 4 bloggers, which are A, B, C, and D, of which now, if you take a look at the first glance, we have information about A quite a bit, and we have some information about B. There is no information about C and D in this particular bar graph as of now. The number of stars received by A and B from the 6 web surfers is shown in the figure below. So the information is given only about bloggers A and B. The following additional facts are known regarding the number of stars received by the bloggers from the surfers. The numbers of stars received by the bloggers from the surfers were all multiples of 5, including 0. So if you take a look at the y-axis here, it has 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and there's nothing in between these values. So it's either a 5 or a 0 or a 10 or a 15 or a 20, etc., etc. They're all multiples of 5, basically. The total number of stars received by the bloggers were the same. So all the bloggers received the same or equal number of stars together, total. Each blogger received a different number of stars from M. So M has given different number of stars to each of them. So A has 10 stars, B has 0 stars, C will have another number apart from 0 and 10, and D will also have another number apart from all the 3 of them. 2 surfers gave all their stars to a single blogger. Okay, there are 2 surfers who have given all their 30 stars to one particular blogger. That means the other 3 bloggers have got a 0 from these surfers. There's only one blogger each that has gotten 30 stars. D received more stars than C from Y. So from Y, we know that D has received more stars than C. Okay, this is all the information that we have so far. Let's quickly glance through the questions and then come back and solve the entire set together. Question 1 was, what was the total number of stars received by D? So that's a straightforward question, a single answer question. It's a theta question. What was the number of stars received by D from Y? Cannot be determined, 10, 5, and 0. So there's a possibility of cannot be determined. How many surfers distributed their stars among exactly 2 bloggers? So those 2 surfers who have given all those 30 stars, question number 3, how many surfers distributed their stars among exactly 2 bloggers? Again, a definite answer question. Which of the following can be determined with certainty? So there is a possibility of something being uncertain. It's just a hint that we're getting from the options, from the questions. The number of stars received by C from M, the number of stars received by D from O, only one, neither 1 or 2. So we have a neither 1 or 2, only 2, both 1 and 2. If both of them are certain, then there is nothing about a possibility case. And yeah, those are the 4 questions that we have. Let's go back to the question and try and solve the set first. So we have been told that we have 6 web surfers and we have 4 bloggers, A, B, C, and D. Clearly, we have information about 2 of them. And then there is some additional information on the basis of which we're supposed to build the other 2 bloggers as well. So let's quickly represent this information in the form of a table which will help us understand the breakdown of these 30 stars across all the four bloggers. So we have our bloggers A, B, C, and D. And we have our surfers as M, N, O, P, X, and Y. Each of the web surfers has been given 30 stars. So there are a total of 30 stars to be distributed with each of them. And let's write down the numbers that we have from the bar graph itself. So M has allocated 10 stars to A. That means M has allocated 10 stars to A. So this is filled up with a 10. Let's keep going with A itself. N has given 25 stars to A. So N is 25. O has given 0 stars to A. P has given 5 stars to A according to the chart. X has given 0 and Y has given 5. So this is a 0 and this is a 5. Similarly, let's fill up B's column as well. P has gotten 0 stars from M, 0 stars from N as well, 0 stars from O, 25 stars from B, 0 stars from X, and 20 stars from Y. This is all that we know of right now. And we know that the total number of stars received by the bloggers were the same. Now, the bloggers are A, B, C, and D. The total number of stars over here are fixed because there's nothing left to be added. Same with B as well. Let's see how many stars they have got. So A has got 10 plus 25, which is 35, 35 plus 5, 40, and another 5. So A has got a 45 total number of stars. Let's see if B has got the same. Yes, 25 and 20. So B has also got 45, which means each blogger has got 45 stars. So C and D should also add up to 45 eventually. Now let's look at the additional information that we know. The number of stars received by the bloggers from the surfers were all multiples of 5, including 0. That's done and dusted there. The total number of stars are the same, which is 45 each. Each blogger received a different number of stars from M. Let's go back to M now. Each blogger has received a different number of stars from M. M has 20 more stars left to give. 10 are given to A and 0 are given to B. So I want to distribute 20 stars between C and D now. And they've all gotten different number of stars. So I cannot repeat a 0, I cannot repeat a 10. That means in order to make the 20, M's 20, I will have to distribute it. I can't distribute it as 10 and 10 because I can't repeat a 10. I cannot give 0 and 20. I can't repeat 0 either. I can start with 5 and the other one can get a 15. I cannot have a 10. I cannot have a 20. So this is my only choice. So one of them amongst C and D will get a 5. One of them will get a 15. We don't know who is getting what, but this is the situation. Two surfers gave all their stars to a single blogger. Can we figure out who these people are? Now, M has not given all the stars to a single blogger. That means all 30 stars to one blogger. M cannot be that person because M has already given to A and 10, not all 30. N has also given 25 to somebody and then the other 5 should be given to somebody else. O has not yet given any stars. So O could be this blogger, but let's take a look at the rest of them also. P has also distributed to 2 already. X has not distributed to anyone. And Y has distributed to both two people already. That means your bloggers are going to be O and X. So these two bloggers are O and X. These have given their stars to a single person. D received more stars than C from Y. So D has received more stars than C from Y. D has received more stars than C. Let's see how many stars are left for Y to distribute. So 25 are over out of 30. Only 5 are remaining. If only 5 are remaining and D has gotten more stars than C, clearly the distribution then will be 0 and 5. Okay, so D has gotten 5 and Y has given 0 stars to C. That takes care of Y's 30 stars. So we have taken care of this statement as well. Now let's take a look at something else if we can try and distribute the rest of them as well. Between O and X, one of them has given 30 stars to C and the other one has given 30 stars to D between the two. And now between 5 and 15, can I see what can be done between 5 and 15 as well? So D will have to make 45. In order to make 45, this is already a 5. That means D is left to make 40 from the rest of them, right? Now, if D has to make 40 from the rest of them, and D is already getting either a 30 from O or from X, that means D is left with another 10 more points. So, for example, if I say that O has given D 30, so then 35 are already done. That means D needs another 10 more to make it 45. Now the 10 more are not going to come from X because X will give 30 over here. Okay, this is one case. So this is a 0 and this is a 0. Now D wants another 10. Where can I get a 10 from? This is either a 5 or a 15, so cannot be 15, right? This will have to be a 5. Because if I take 15 here, this goes 15 plus 30, which is 45, plus 5, which would be 50, not possible. That means this is a 5 and this is a 15. I'm just taking a possibility here. So this 30 is done. This is 25 and I need another 5 to make it a 30. Now, if you check, C has already finished with the 45. If C has already finished with the 45, these are going to be zeros. That means this 5, the remaining 5 will come over here from N, and another 5 will also come from here itself. So P's 30 are also done. This is a 0 again. Yeah, so that makes D also 45. Right, so this is one particular condition. The other possibility is if I give 30 from O to C. So let's write that condition down here. If this is 30, this is 0. That means X will have to give a 30 to D. That means X is giving 0 to C. So that's another case. Even in this case, I still have a 30 and a 5. 35 is done. I cannot have a 15 over here. I will still have to have the 5. So this 15 stays, this 5 stays, and then all the other values also stay. So this is already a 30 and a 15, which gives me a 45. That means this is still 0, this is still 0, and this is still 5, and this is 5. Let's see if D also forms to a 45. I have 5, 5, 10, 10 and zeros. This is 30, which is 40, and a 5. Right, so one of my cases is in red and the other case is in green with the other reds staying intact, or I'll still write that down. 15, 5, 0, 5. This is 0, 0. That could be a possibility as well. But we've taken care of everyone's stars now, and now we can go ahead with the questions to answer them. Question number 1 is, what was the total number of stars received by D? So the total number of stars received by D, the answer is 45. So my answer here is clearly 45 stars. The next question, what was the number of stars received by D from Y? D has received 5 from Y. It's cannot be determined because even in we have already decided or determined that since D has got more stars than C from Y, and there were only 5 stars remaining, and the numbers have to be multiples of 5, this is the only possible distribution. So the answer is option 3 or 5. The next one. How many surfers distributed their stars among exactly 2 bloggers? Which are these surfers that have distributed their stars among exactly 2 bloggers? Let's start with the surfers. M has distributed amongst 3, so not an answer. N has distributed among 2. So yes, N is one of the bloggers. O has distributed among 1. P has also distributed among 2. P has distributed among 2. X has distributed among 1. And Y has distributed among 3. So there are 2 surfers, that is N and P, who have distributed their stars among exactly 2 bloggers. And the last question of the set, which of the following can be determined with certainty? The number of stars received by C from M. The number of stars received by C from M. Is it definite that C has received 15? Yes, in both the cases. In all possible cases, C will have received 15 stars only. So the first one can be definitely determined. The second one says the number of stars received by D from O. D from O. So two possibilities, D could have either gotten 30, all 30 from O, or D could have gotten all 0 from O. And C could have gotten the 30. So that is still an ambiguity. We haven't yet been able to decide. It's just that even in both the cases, D has still got a 5 from M. That's a definite. But D from O, I can't really place my money on this answer. It could either be a 30 or it could be a 0. So I can't certainly say that D has got a certain amount from O. So my answer is going to be only one can be determined with certainty with the given information at hand. So this was one set for you. Please stay tuned for more such sets from the same slot, of course, and across slots from CAT 2024. Thank you. I'll see you soon.